When you tell people that you homeschool, what is their usual reaction? I usually get the reaction of, oh, I could never do that. I do not have the patience to homeschool. You must be a saint. You are super mom. How can you do that? And I just have to confess something. Nothing is further from the truth. I am not super mom. I am not a saint. I'm not even the least bit patient. I would even go as far to say as I'm not really cut out for homeschooling. I never could have envisioned myself homeschooling, much less homeschooling 7 kids. I do not have any patience. I am not very good at math. I do not like math, and that's one thing I really don't enjoy teaching, and I am really sure that I'm not very good at it. There are days where I don't even know if I like my children very much. I know that I love them, but there are days that they make me crazy, and I'm just not sure how much I like them. I am also a perfectionist, and having the kids here all day, their noise and their mess is just really hard for me to deal with. I'm also very much an introvert, so having the constant conversations and all of the questions and never having a break and having people surrounding me every second of every day is really, really challenging for me. It's definitely not something that I would choose because I always crave some alone time, and I don't really get that very much. I get tired of being around little people and just having all the little conversations. I miss having adult conversations and being able to talk about things that I want to talk about. And I am not very good at science either. I don't really think I learned anything in science in school. And so trying to learn it alongside my children while also trying to teach them, we're approaching things like chemistry and physics, which I never even took. So that is really interesting. It's really been challenging for me to keep up with my kids and try to learn alongside of them. I know that I'm not very good in those subjects. And I have found that teaching my children just really shows me all of the things that I don't know. It really reveals everywhere where I am inadequate. And I often feel very ill-equipped to homeschool my own kids. I also have fear that I'm messing them up, I'm doing something wrong, that they won't be successful. I deal with a lot of guilt that I'm not doing enough, or maybe I'm doing too much. And I never seem to be able to find that balance. So I know that I am not cut out for homeschooling, and you are not either, because homeschooling is really challenging. But here I am, I'm homeschooling. I am tired, but I know that I'm really blessed in our homeschooling because I get a lot of grace. I know that I fail almost every day, probably multiple times every day, but I am given so much grace because we've been called to homeschool. We really feel that it's what's best for our family, even though it may be challenging. So I'm really thankful that the grace is just poured out on me to make it through each day. So I have a lot of imperfections. They don't make me less of a homeschool mom, but they do keep me humble. They do keep me reliant on that grace. And I would go to say that there is not a homeschool supermom. She doesn't exist. There's no mom who is just cut out for homeschooling. She is just the person that you can envision as the perfect stereotypical homeschool mom, because we all fail in certain ways. We all lack certain character qualities or organizational skills, or maybe there's subjects that we're just not very good at. And so there's no mom out there who is just perfectly cut out to be a homeschool mom. So it's not you, it's not me. I'm definitely not a Wonder Woman homeschool mom. That is not me. So just know that none of us are truly qualified, and none of us are cut out for homeschooling. So instead of telling them that, I told them I am called to homeschool. Sure, I am not cut out for this. I'm not patient, and I'm probably not very good at this, but I am called to homeschool my kids. This is where I'm supposed to be. So if you feel that you are not cut out to homeschool and you are getting those comments, just remember that you've been called to homeschool. You're doing what you feel is best for your kids and your family. And you will not be perfect. You will fail, but those failures will keep you humble, and you can remember to rely on the grace that you need to make it through your homeschool days. So I hope that encourages you, because I have a feeling you get a lot of those same comments. In talking with my friends, they all hear all of those comments all of the time, and I know that we all get really frustrated hearing them, because we all know that we are definitely not perfect. We are not cut out for homeschooling either, but we are just here doing our best, making mistakes, and trying to learn from them.